Hey everyone, welcome back to A Week in Travels. After an amazing first day in Paris, today we're diving into day 2, and trust me, it's going to be epic. We're starting with an early morning escape from the city to the legendary Palace of Versailles, and later we'll finish the day with one of my favorite views in Paris at the Arc de Triomphe. So grab your coffee and join me for a day packed with history, stunning gardens, and of course, plenty of insider tips. All right, let's get started. After a relaxing first day, we wake up around 8 a.m., and by 9:30 a.m., it's time to hit the road. Here's a pro tip. If you're staying near the Eiffel Tower, just open your maps and set Palace of Versailles as your destination. Look for the nearest station. If you're around the tower, it's usually Versailles Chateau Rive Gauche. Jump on the RERC line, and in about 30 minutes, you should be arriving at the palace around 11 a.m. And if you're not near the Eiffel Tower, simply check your local transit options, bus or train, and follow the same idea. Set Palace of Versailles as your destination and let the route guide you. It's easier than it sounds, I promise. Now, here's where it gets really important. Ticketing. Always book your Versailles tickets in advance. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck waiting in a long line when you could be admiring the royal halls. Reservations for the palace should be made online ahead of time. Pro tip: check for available slots on the official Versailles website, and be sure to secure your ticket well before your travel date. And one more insider tip: always arrive at least 15 minutes before your scheduled time. Nothing ruins a morning like missing your slot and scrambling to improvise. Once you arrive, brace yourself. Versailles isn't just a palace, it's a mood. The grand gates, the majestic halls, and yes, even the corridors whisper history. I spent a solid 2 to 3 hours exploring the palace interiors. I was blown away by the opulence and the history hidden in every room. My personal highlight? The Hall of Mirrors. I swear, trying to get a selfie there was a hilarious challenge with 17 tourists photobombing every shot. But the adventure doesn't end inside. Step outside and you're greeted by the world-famous Versailles Gardens. These gardens are a masterpiece in their own right. Not only are they stunning, but there's also a charming hop-on, hop-off train that takes you through the Grand Trianon, Petit Trianon, the Grand Canal, and every nook of the garden. For example, the Grand Trianon, built as a royal retreat, offers a glimpse into how French kings escaped the formalities of court life. Its elegant pastel architecture and serene setting are a sharp contrast to the grandeur of the main palace. Then there's the Petit Trianon, an intimate pavilion that holds a special place in history. Marie Antoinette transformed this smaller estate into her personal sanctuary, where she could enjoy a simpler, more natural way of life, away from the strict etiquette of court. It's fascinating to wander through these rooms and gardens, imagining the Queen's private moments. And finally, don't miss the Grand Canal. This impressive waterway isn't just for boating, it's also one of the best spots for that world-famous shot of the Palace of Versailles. With its mirror-like surface reflecting the opulent palace and perfectly landscaped gardens, the Grand Canal has become an iconic backdrop for photographers and Instagrammers alike. Every turn in the garden reveals a new perspective, and from this spot, you capture the grandeur of Versailles in all its glory. Each of these elements adds a unique layer to your visit, combining history, art, and nature into one unforgettable experience. Trust me, exploring these areas is like stepping into a living, breathing piece of history. Another insider tip: pack yourself a lunch. As in the 5 hours you will spend here, you are bound to get hungry because I definitely was. There is a restaurant just when you finish the palace tour, but let me tell you, it's often fully booked. I learned this the hard way when I ended up hungry and scrambling there. However, there is a second option. It's a little cafe across the restaurant where I ended up getting the hot chocolate and crepe. There were lots of other items, however, I wanted to have something warm and not the cold pan bayonet. However, it is completely your choice if you wish to bring the lunch or have lunch at the cafe. However, I highly recommend packing your own lunch. Trust me, your stomach and wallet will thank you. All in all, my palace adventure lasted about 5 hours. I started heading back around 4 p.m., a perfect time to shift gears and head back to Paris for our next stop. Back in Paris and still buzzing from the Versailles magic, it's time for our next adventure, the Arc de Triomphe. Now, if there's one thing you must do in Paris, it's to climb to the top of this iconic monument. And let me tell you, the climb is no joke. There are 284 steps. Yes, 284 steps. I found myself laughing, huffing, and puffing every few steps, stopping to catch my breath and even share a joke with fellow climbers. But trust me, once you reach the summit, every step is worth it. The panoramic view of Paris from the top is absolutely breathtaking. Imagine the Champs-Élysées stretching out like a river of lights below you. It's one of those moments where you truly feel on top of the world. Remember, take it slow. Don't rush the climb. Enjoy every moment, and don't forget to snap a few photos along the way. It's these small victories, like reaching the top, that make your travel experience so rewarding. After conquering the Arc de Triomphe, it was finally time to wind down. I headed back to my hotel feeling both exhausted and utterly inspired by everything I had experienced that day. Day 2 was a perfect mix of grandeur and practicality, from the regal halls of Versailles to that sweaty yet oh-so-rewarding climb up the Arc de Triomphe. What did I learn today? First, planning ahead is absolutely key. Booking those Versailles tickets in advance saved me from a potential morning headache and that extra 15-minute buffer. Totally a lifesaver. Second, sometimes it's okay to take a break. If you're not up for exploring every single minute, enjoy a relaxed lunch or take a nap. Remember, your travel experience should be enjoyable, not exhausting. That's a wrap on Day 2 in Paris. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the grandeur of Versailles and the sheer challenge and reward of climbing the Arc de Triomphe. If you found these insider tips and personal anecdotes helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I love reading your comments, so let me know what part of today's adventure you enjoyed the most, or if you have any travel hacks of your own. Up next, in our next video, we'll be exploring even more of Paris's hidden gems, from vibrant street markets to lesser-known local haunts that capture the true spirit of this amazing city. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for spending another incredible day with me here in Paris. Today was all about experiencing history and overcoming challenges. The excitement of Versailles and the sheer determination needed to scale 284 steps at the Arc de Triomphe. Every moment, from the laughter on the stairs to the serene beauty of the palace gardens, added a new layer to my love for this city. Remember, travel isn't just about the places you visit. It's about the experiences you collect and the memories you create along the way. I hope my journey inspires you to take your own leap into adventure, even if it means a little extra planning and a few extra steps. This is A Week in Travels, signing off from another unforgettable day in Paris. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop dreaming about your next adventure.